Thank you very much, Mr. Ken. And just to reference or to go back to Mrs. Adinike's presentation, we observe that if Africa is to successfully realize its transformation agenda, African governments must capitalize on the youth. We make sure that they're engaged in technology and innovations that will propel us forward. So this is part of the journey of the continent building the Africa that we want as we march towards Agenda 2063. So the next part of the program now is to introduce Mr. Jeremiah, who is the CEO and the founder of Curnance. He has founded 5 successful businesses, which is why it's important for African governments to continue this journey of engaging the youth. He is currently a PhD candidate at the University of Johannesburg. He obtained his master's degree in computer science from University of Witwatersrand. He formed his first company when he was still an undergraduate student, and he built a university management system for which the university, for which he sold for a few $1 million, he says. I suspect that figure will be, he will release that figure for us when he gives his presentation. He also went to co-found a computer institute in the Benin Republic. And after that, he founded an IT consulting company in South Africa called Etihuku, which is a strategic partner of Kijima, a leading IT consultancy company here in South Africa. Etihuku also consults for the mining space and some other different clients in South Africa as well. It specializes in artificial intelligence, and the company has built a range of services, cutting-edge services from language translation, face recognition, missing persons, identification and tracking, and also emotional recognition and many other projects that they're currently working on. Etihuku also runs a special program called JAC, Just a Chance, which is a program that's part of the Etihuku company to empower youth in the field of ICT. So it's also a mentoring hub for youth who are in the ICT space. It has a presence in Nigeria, South Africa, Benin Republic, Eswatini, and a limited presence in the UK, and they've also consulted for companies in the UK. So Jeremiah has gone to found the fintech company which we are celebrating today. The company is basically aimed at solving Nigerian problems for paying fees outside Nigeria and the diaspora remittances as well. And I hope that with his expansion program, he plans to take the company forward to different African regions, so East and Central Africa, which is the next stop. And it's a growing startup, basically primarily based here in South Africa. And we look forward to the expansion journey that Curnance is embarking on today and into the future. So with those few remarks, I do welcome Mr. Jeremiah to the stage.
Thank you very much. Let me just correct that. It wasn't for a few $1 million. Okay, all right. So we've gotten to that time where, we want to really show you what we've been working at for the past 2 years. So if you do have your phones as well, I would like you to also, bring all your phones. Unfortunately for the Mac, the iPhone, the big users, the big men, you won't be able to participate of the session, but effective January 12th, the application also will be available on the App Store. So if you do have your Android phones, like me, you can pull out your phones and you will be able to download the application. So also for the sake of those who are online, I will be sharing my screen through Zoom. So we'll just wait so that everyone can follow. Okay, we're also waiting for that. So you may actually ask, what is that Curnance about? I always say something as someone who has actually been to many African countries and a few European countries. I would say Africa needs to integrate more. I could remember when I did my first undergraduate in Benin Republic, and I would, when I was sent money, I would cross the border, like I would leave, the inside of Cotonou then, travel all the way and cross the border into Nigeria so that I can withdraw the Naira. Then I speak to some of the parallel market traders, exchange the Naira for the CFR. Then I take all of that cash and I, move into Cotonou again. Now, it was a whole lot of risk. Fortunately for me, I wasn't robbed. There were people who actually were victims of, robbery. Of course, when you travel with a huge amount of money, now imagine when that is your school fees. Then again, when I got to South Africa, I actually happened to interact with a lot of foreigners, and I found out that like many foreigners in South Africa experience the same issues we experienced. So basically, they resort to peer-to-peer system. And an incident actually happened about 2 or 3 years ago where, unfortunately, the money wasn't remitted. And you know the risk of peer-to-peer system, right? You have to send money to someone with the hopes that they will send you the currency which you require. So for many people who, for example, pay their tuition through maybe to VET, UJ, and the likes, basically they have to send Naira to someone in Nigeria, and the person has rand in South Africa. The person then pays the rand to their student accounts. Or, for example, you want to pay for your medical aid, the person actually you send the Naira to the person's account, and then the person helps you to pay for your medical aid and then sends you the proof of payments. Of course, there's a whole lot of risk because you are at the mercy of the other party. You need to pay your fees, you need to pay for your medical aid and a whole lot of other things. Okay, so can you see my screen yet? So now the thing is, you might actually ask, so we're trying to solve a bureau de change problem. What's special in that? No, we're not just solving a bureau de change problem. We are trying to create an African international bank, or we will call it the first fully digitized international bank. So it's not you just trying to change money, it is you being able to create any wallet in Africa. So for example, you can create the Rand wallet, you can create the CFA wallet, you can create the Naira wallet, you can create the Langeli wallet. You can basically create any wallet for any country in Africa. And basically, by funding your wallet, you can move that money across all the wallets without even having a bank account in that country. So which means then everybody can easily travel to any African country. All you need is your Curnance application. Are you able to share my screen yet? I think, can everyone see my screen on the other side? On Zoom? Oh, okay, there you go. Awesome. Ignore some of the other banking applications. Okay, so here's the thing. For now, I'm going to actually uninstall this application in the meantime. So again, if you're with your Android phones, you can actually just go on your phone, and if you're like me that installs from Play Store, you can just search for the Curnance application. In this case, I've already searched for the Curnance application. So if you search for the Curnance application, you will see it there, which is right here now at my top. You can click on it and install the application. This process will be similar as well for the Mac users. All you have to do is to just go to your App Store. So while we're waiting for that to install, oh, there you go. Oh, just before I could even say, just before, it was already installed. So what I'm going to do, and if you notice, you'll see that it is verified by Play Protect. And what this basically means is it has been verified by Google. Basically, there's a malware. You can actually trust the application because it was actually vetted. And if you are like me as well, that I'm actually like still waiting for the network, it actually has downloaded the application. It is a very lightweight application. It's actually going to install on my app on my phone, and now I will be able to open. Yeah, I'm just going to say yes, of course, just so that when I ask for money, I can easily, see that. So basically, you'd actually like see the screen. It tells you that you have access to your local and foreign funds. Let me actually stop here for a bit. If you are following this, I want to actually like, for the Mac users, we'll make an arrangement, okay? But if you're following this for Android users, I want you to know that if you are able to like follow through and fund your wallet, as you will see me do, basically you'll be getting double the amount you fund your wallet with. No, not basically for R1,000,000, but like up to 500 rand. Yeah, up to 500 rand, and that is basically just a bonus and reward for everyone attending the session. For the Mac users, very much likely the day we release, it will be open for 24 hours, so it will be a matter of the fastest thinkers. Okay. All right. So this time around, I am going to create an account. So if you do need some money, I'm actually not sure if you would permit me. Let me take my phone number. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can put in my phone number there. And the reason is this, I'll show you why. Basically, what we've done is, regardless of the country, if you have someone's phone number, you can request them for money. So basically, say for example, I have the ambassador's phone number. All I just need to is type his phone number there. And I mean, not here, of course, I'll show you that later. I basically put his phone number and I request him for some amount of money. It's like me begging for money, but if we do have that personal relationship, you can choose to accept that request or decline the request. There's a whole lot of other features which we're building around that, which we'll discuss a little later. But then it doesn't matter the country which person is. So which means if you're stranded in another country and you need money so urgently, you can actually like just send a request to many of the phone numbers that is going to pop up in their wallets, and they can choose to either accept or decline your request. So basically, again, we are digitizing, let's say, begging. Okay, so basically, because I don't want anyone to actually like send me any request, so I'm going to just stop sharing my screen for a little bit. Okay, so it won't just take a long time. So it's the same for you as well. You'd actually basically just follow that prompt. Right now, it's asking me for my password as well. I'm just going to quickly type my password as well. But now, okay. So, okay, I'm currently facing some issues right now. It's telling me that I can't just use password as my password. So, and that's basically because we want to protect you, of course. So I need to actually like choose a stronger password. Okay, so now I can share my screen again. Okay. All right. So basically, I had just authenticated myself and just put in my phone number and etc. So now it's asking me for my name. And so my first name, I'll say here Jeremiah. My last name, Olamijuwon. So basically, here's one thing I need to actually like bring your attention to. For there is a section for the reward. So basically, of course, we want you to actually like tell your friends about this. Tell the people basically, about how we try to transform and unite the whole of Africa such that we can create some seamless payments. So if someone refers you or someone introduces you, you can basically put that referral code there, and what actually happens is we reward that person for introducing you basically. And of course, I'm just thinking that. Okay. Oh, well, fair enough. Okay, so obviously it starts this. The OTP is 2987. Please don't be faster than me. Yeah. But luckily for me, anyways, I don't have any money in this wallet now. I decided, oh, okay, so it wants me to create my unique yet pin. So, oh, I'm going to have to change it later. Okay, so I'm going to use 3,000. It's fine. Admin, please ensure to put high security on my account. Okay, so I'm just going to continue that. So if you're just struggling with creating the account as well, just signal to any of the ushers. They will definitely be more than happy to assist you. If I want to enable fingerprint, just for some security and all of that, I can choose to enable fingerprints. Okay, let me just. Oh, okay. So basically, because of the security, it doesn't show you that screen. I'm going to press my finger and that's not job. Okay, so my account has been created successfully. Okay, so now welcome to the Curnance application. So basically, I did mention something about paying your fees and all of that. What we have actually done is we are amassing a whole database of all institutions in Africa, such that basically, if you want to send, let's say you want to pay your fees, and you know for sure you're a student of debt or a student of UJ, all you need to do is go to that organization there. And then for now, you see University of the Witwatersrand Pakistan. Okay, you can basically click there and pay your fees with a specific reference, which you just put a number basically. But then again, we'll get to that quickly because some things need to be done. All right, so you see basically there's a prompt there that says complete your account setup. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that thing there that says create wallet. Basically, the features we released, there are three. For now, we've taken out the tourist wallet based on some other regulations which we're currently working on. There is something called the local wallet. The local wallet is basically the wallet of your home country or a place where you have long-term residence. Okay, so which means, for example, if you're a permanent resident, let's say in South Africa, you won't be able to open a local wallet. If you have a very long-term stay, say like your study visa, you will be able to open a local wallet. However, upon the expiry of your permits, basically you would remove that. Okay, so the tourist wallet is basically if for any reason I'm traveling to, let's say, Zimbabwe, all right, I create a temporary wallet which allows me to withdraw the Zimbabwean dollar or the whatever kind of dollars. Let's say the Zimbabwe dollar, basically. Okay, so it allows me to withdraw the Zimbabwean dollar at the airport using any ATM machine. Of course, at this point, we are still working with some of the banks and some of those institutions. Okay, and that is basically why I said we've currently disabled the tourist wallet. Right, so which then means you don't need to take your cards along, you don't need to do anything. When you are traveling to any country, and we do plan to expand to Europe, when you go to any country, all you need is your phone. And it's fine, even if someone steals your phone, all you basically just need to do is buy another phone. And log into your Curnance application, basically. Okay, so now I'm going to create the local wallet. Now, here's the thing. There's a need for KYC. Once we understand that there's a lot of people that are not banked, we also want to make sure that we can protect you. We also want to make sure that you don't use the platform for money laundering. We also want to make sure that you don't use the platform for terrorism financing. So basically, we want to know you as a person. Now, we know some people actually are South Africans, but they don't have a national ID, basically because they're in the rural areas. One of the things we're currently trying to provide is at least let's have a picture of your face. Everyone has a face. Right, so let's have a picture of your face somehow where you can go into any of the stores, get your picture taken, and a few other details taken. Okay, so in this case now, I'm just going to actually continue. So now it says, choose your wallet. So in this case, I'm going to choose the South African brand. Like I said, right now, we're present in 3 countries, Swaziland, Langeni, that's the wallet, Nigeria, and also All right, so now you see that my balance, my combined balance is basically 0 rand. And this is actually where we get to the point. If you are following, you can actually fund your wallets. And I can choose to create new wallets, more wallets. Okay, I can choose to, for example, because I'm proudly Nigerian and proudly South African. Can I say I'm South African? All right, I mean, I have a foreign interest today, so let me identify with South African. But now I'm going to create a foreign wallet for Swaziland. Let's say Lilangeni, or let's say the United States dollars, basically the currency of the world. And now the wallet has been created successfully. Now you see that I have two wallets. Okay, so there is the local wallet, there is the Lilangeli wallet. Now you see that basically this is the same way you actually go to create a savings account with the bank and you actually like complicate the entire process. Just with 1-2 clicks, you basically can create any account in the world. And now what I'm going to do is I want to fund my South African wallet. Okay, and basically I can say either I request from someone, okay, or I send my rand to someone, or basically I can also choose to buy. So say I want to buy, let's say I want to fund my wallet with, let's say 500 rand. I don't have a lot of money. Okay, so let's say, now in this case, for example, let's say you were to pay an institution, you use the put number as a payment preference or something. But in this case, I'm just going to say Jerry for now. And then, now it asks me a few questions. It says, user card, use an existing wallet, right? Because you can have a dollar account, and you have some dollars there, and you now want to fund your South African wallet with some money. So you can move some money now easily from your US wallet, your dollars wallet, and move it into the South African wallet. So you can fund an existing wallet. You can use your MasterCard and the likes. That functionality would actually be available. The ability to use your card would be available by end of December. So right now, because I don't have any other wallet to take any fund with, I'm going to actually like use Pay with Bank. This currently actually allows you to pay with your EFT. Right now, this is the account you can pay for, which means if you want your money to reflect in your wallet as soon as possible, you might have to use a pay and clear functionality from your bank if you're not using FNP, for example. But one of the things we're currently working on is to make sure that, like basically, regardless of the banks you're using, you're able to select the bank that you are using, and then we incur that cost of paying for PMK, even though it's just 6 rand. Okay, so for now I'm going to select FNB South Africa. Okay, so now what it does is it generates the payment reference for you. This is super important. It generates the payment reference, shows you the amount which I intended to pay with. The reference is there, the account number is there. Basically, you can also copy. You can click on the button there and actually copy. And again, now I'm going to have to like stop sharing my screen because I want to log into my banking application so that I can send money now to my wallet. Okay. Now, majorly, what I need you to like take note of is this reference, this one here. The reference, the one that says the reference, it is super important if you're going to do an EFT transaction. This reference is super important because it basically is unique to you. So you have to use that reference to actually make payments when you're making payments. So now I'm going to just stop sharing a little bit, and then I'm going to just pay my. Okay. So I take my minutes. So right now, I'm going to my banking mobile application. I am selecting the bank account, I'm filling in the details. Although to make sure like you don't have to like stress so much with the EFT, the reason why we actually focus on the EFT is because we know that not a lot of people actually have mobile banking applications. So basically, this works. You want to deposit money at the ATM, you want to ask someone else to help you make payments, or you want to also use your mobile banking app, basically. So just so I'm going to say Curnance cherry test, and that's my own reference. Basically, the recipient's reference has to be the reference you were given. Of course, if you make mistakes, we all make mistakes. It's just that it's going to take you a little bit of more time. You have to actually, phone into us, get your proof of payments, and then we try to, connect those two. So now I'm clicking on pay. I mean, I can share my screen. Hopefully, there won't be too much. So just so you see. Well, because I'm using FNB as well. So yeah, you can see my account balance. I might have to like stop sharing immediately because you would see some alerts there, but I'm just going to confirm. So now I confirm that you'd basically see that I use the same recipient reference, which I copied earlier. And I'm just going to finish. No, I shouldn't finish. Things go back to the but yes, anyways, now one of the things you would actually see, and I'm going to minimize this, you would see that the bank which I paid from, basically, the bank which I paid from, it's going to, of course, because I'm transferring from my phone, it's going to debit that account. So only when that has gone through, and maybe you can actually start counting the seconds. I want you to actually even try to see the seconds between transferring from an FNB to an FNB account and the time it actually takes once the money reflects in our accounts. And that time difference where we credit your wallets. Maybe we can actually compete with FNB. And it's going to disappoint me. Trust me, it's very close. Okay, so I'm waiting for that debit. I'm waiting for FNB to alert me that basically, okay, this is I just normal code verification. So now this is basically it's actually going in the background. FNB is still trying to check whether I really want to send money out from my account. But you all will actually observe that I paid money. So now this is heavily dependent on FNB, and that is actually why we are also hoping that we can move away from just EFT. Maybe you can also like connect your cards as well. Also, we currently are speaking to a few stores, some of the what's it called now? The sponsor shops, basically. We partnering with them to actually have the Curnance application, so you can even take your cash and actually give them the cash, and they will basically take your wallet ID or your phone number, of course, and they can actually send money to your account. If you lose your phone, we actually are hoping you would be able to retrieve. But again, think about it. How cool is it to be able to send money to someone using their email address, right? Because it is unique, and that is basically another feature we are rolling out in March. Same thing. Has it been debited? Oh, okay. It says someone is waiting. Let's make sure they don't miss the poster. So while we're still waiting for FNB, unfortunately, without FNB, oh, did it come? Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go. Awesome. Oh, okay. Well, I won't expand this so that you don't see my. Okay, so basically now the data has been done. I'm just going to close and just give it a few maybe seconds, minutes. It's not about from here. Really, okay, and that is to show you that even transactions within FNB to FNB, any representative from FNB, please just want to partner with you, but we want to make your service better. But then transactions between FNB and FNB took a couple of minutes. And transactions, once we get the alert, credit your wallet immediately. Okay. Now, basically, there's some more cool stuff. We don't have a lot of time, but then for those of you who will be funding your wallet within the next 24 hours, if you make some payments up to, well, we're still deciding, well, it's been a business decision. So we give them up to 500 rand, but you just have that 300 rand. But either way, we doubling, not doubling, we rewarding you with the amount you fund your wallet with up to 300 rand. I don't want the chief finance officer to be like, you got too excited to give the 500 rand. So I'm going to stay within my boundaries. But then, basically, the minimum is 300 rand. Okay, so now just one thing. For your rewards, if you actually like get the rewards, you might not be able to immediately withdraw your rewards. It's basically contingent on two things. One, the KYC. So you can give us the money, you can fund your wallet, it's fine. We might not ask for a lot of KYC, as you would see. I didn't do any KYC and send the money to the bank into the wallet. But for you to take money out of the wallet, we need to know who you are. And that's basically because we want to make sure that there is no fraud on your account. We also know that you're not financing anything like terrorism and all of that. So basically, we have three levels of KYC. There is the basic, there is the intermediate, there is the advanced. If you get up to advanced, you would be able to deal as much as possible. If it is intermediate, there's some sort of limit to the money you can send out of the country, send out of the wallet, and etc. Now I would leave you to actually go around this. And then the second thing about the rewards is we don't want people to just download the application one day, fund the wallet, they get 500 rand, and then they run away. So basically, there's a minimum amount for which your reward gets through before you can withdraw it. Okay. We also don't want to go bankrupt. So we want to make sure that truly we might have given you some free money. We also want you to work for us by referring other people with your referral code. And once your bonuses accrues up to a specific amount, you will be able to play. Now, we know that some people suck at marketing like me, right? So if you are not able to refer any other people, this is not multi-level marketing. We don't want you to be able to get the money you rightly funded your wallet with. Only that, once you click on that play, many of you have used the 32-day wallet, right? And then it starts counting down. So basically, if you want to withdraw the 2 rand you were rewarded with, it's only going to be after 90 days. So instead of waiting for 90 days, just refer Curnance to, maybe 50 more people, and you would actually get to, that faster. Now, quickly, I'm not going to give this money because I'm no longer a student of it, okay? But then, if you want to fund your account, now you basically see that before it was 0 rand, now it is basically 500 rand, right? And now from this account, I can pay my fees. Okay, now if it was the same with you, now in this case it is very easy, right? This case it is very easy because I'm in South Africa, which basically means even the people in South Africa can actually use the same application. Stop using I wouldn't say that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the wallet, and now in this case, say for example you want to pay from your wallet, or yeah, it's fine. Let's even go back to pay organizations. Now you actually select from here. Okay, and now this is basically the people in Swaziland and Nigeria and Zimbabwe. You press the amount and basically you take the money from your local wallet there in Swaziland and credit the VEX account within the few seconds again. So one of the things we're currently doing is we're liaising with the institution, but that basically they can even credit your student account and clear you faster. Because another thing we actually do is we do the admin part. You don't have to even send your proof of payments and all of that. It's boring. Focus on the education. So basically, you make the payments immediately. We've stored the contacts of all the institutions, and once you click that pay, we automate a proof of payment sent to both you and someone in the institution that is deemed as the authority. And basically, maybe within 24 hours, instead of waiting for 3 days, you can be cleared immediately. And that basically brings me to the end. There are so many other cool features, which unfortunately I won't be able to show you. Of course, if you want to enjoy one, you can actually like read through our privacy policy, terms and conditions. You can actually like go to your card settings. One of the features which I'll tell you that we're working at for Q2 2024 is we want to actually give you either a virtual card that you can use anywhere in the world with your phone, or even a temporary card. You just get to OR and like you go to the Curnance store and you're like, hey, please, can I just get I have a tourist wallet, can I get a card? And then basically you can use that card whilst you're in South Africa, and then when you're going back again, I'm done. You can drop your card again and no cost. But if you run away with our card, which okay, all right, and that brings me to the end. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you very much. Our own Elon Musk. Do you think he's our own Elon Musk? Every inventor that I know from history, whenever they share their ideas, people always call them crazy. Yes. When somebody said, oh, one day I imagine that people will be able to talk on phone from one country to the another without having lines connected, people were like that. You know, but today we are even talking without connected lines, isn't it? You know, two brothers got together and said, one day we want to put things in the air. We'll take people from one place to the other, you know, and they tried and tried. At some point, you know, they got breakthrough. So I'm wishing you everything that will make this successful, Mr. Jeremiah. And I'm sure people will have questions that maybe as it was presented, things that you would like to know more. But I think you will be able to meet him during the refreshments, which I think is the next thing. Judging by the empty plates in front of many of the tables, I think many people are ready to down something. All right, so the food, I'm told, is on this side, and it's only for people who came early. And the rest of you can sit down while the rest came early. And so we'll be going through this door, am I correct? Through this door. And so there's the general food, which I hear is like tapas, and there's food, halal food as well. Be able to get that. So basically, it's a serve yourself, and there's somebody who serve drinks, and there is some tea as well. And how many minutes do we have for this? 20. 20. All right. So it's 10 minutes to 7. So I will imagine that 10 past, quarter past 7, we can be back. Okay. Have a good break, everyone.
Exciting news! You're admitted to your dream program at an international university. But there's a big hurdle. Daunting fees, piles of forms at banks, not to mention the agony of waiting 2 to 5 business days for payments to reflect. The good news, Curnance erases all these problems simply by streamlining the process, saying goodbye to forms and waiting. No more paperwork, no more waiting. With Curnance, focus on education, not payment details. Curnance, your shortcut to stress-free payments.
Thank you,